that we can chat. I should probably get a better angle. That's a bit better. I'll be looking at my pants. Much better. So I'm currently cutting out a Rascal with the add-ons because I'm a little bit obsessed with my own pattern at the moment. Not even going to deny it. So my child's going to be home sick today. I got a phone call yesterday while he was at school and I had to go get him. He wasn't feeling well, so I won't be getting a whole lot done today. So I thought I might try and get something done. Hello, everybody. Did someone just call me Kasaya? I'm not, but that's still cool. I really need to get templates of the add-on done, I think. Also, I broke my scissors. I'm just having no luck with scissors at the moment. So the little stopper that stops them from opening broke. I'm going to have to contact Fisker to see if they can send me another stopper thing. This is getting outrageous now. I love my scissors. I went to get my other ones fixed. You're watching both. That's cool. I went and tried to get my Class A scissors fixed. You know, the ones that keep coming undone while I'm trying to sew and driving me insane. I took them to like a sharpening guy and he said they can't be fixed. So I've gone and bought another pair. And I asked for recommendations at Spotlight because I'm a little bit out of the game and I didn't know what I wanted. And just saying, all the new Class A scissors have all got nasty plastic handles. Now, I drop things a lot. I can't have plastic handles unless the metal goes all the way in. So, I've actually bought the really chunky Semco brand ones because that's what they all use at Spotlight, and apparently they're not bad. So, we'll see. My plan today... Oh, you're welcome. I'm happy to do videos of stuff and things. I'm happy to do any video as long as we have permission from the designer of the pattern, because a lot of companies now are doing like a subscription where you have to pay for the pattern video, which is fine, each to their own, but I don't want to go stepping on toes, that's all. God, I love templates. It really does making cutting so much easier. And you'll notice I drew some little random lines. They are just the ones for the corners. Ugh. So you're going to come in with scissors and just do those little corners. Because my scissors, my rotary cutter can never get all the way in the end. But still, most of the patterns I do don't have tricky stuff. This is just the... What's it called? Can't even think what it's called. See, that's cool. I could make the templates with the laser cutter. You know, I could. Like, I've got all the pattern pieces, but I want them out of... I like the clear acrylic. I can't cut clear acrylic with my machine. I actually woke up to an email and someone has offered me another laser to do a review on, and I'm just trying to decide if you guys are sick of them or not yet. I do kind of enjoy playing with different lasers and see how they operate different from each other. But I also understand most of you guys are here to see me do sewing things. So this that I'm actually cutting out is going to be the display bag. In the Echidna shop in town, because we're going to do a workshop with the Rascal with the add-on. So that will be the bag that everybody will be doing. So if you're in Townsville and you want to come to do one of my workshops, this is what we'll do. You get to pick your colour vinyl. we'll be going with rose gold hardware because I've got enough for everyone and then there's no arguments. And yeah, that's currently what's going on. I've actually been up since 4:30 this morning, which is crazy early, but what do you do? I went and got my morning coffee equivalent. Not this one. This one's not open. They're cheaper when you buy two, so I just buy sugar-free random flavors. I also want to go and get a new thing for my soda stream because I just like bubbly drinks. I think that's actually my thing. It's not even that I want the energy because, to be totally honest, I have enough. I like bubbly drinks with little sugar. See, this would be so much easier with templates. I'm going to message the template guy today. Get onto it. While you're all here, actually, I want to do some merch, but I don't know what I want to do. I've been like playing with this in my head. Like, it'd be really cool to do hoodies, except to post a hoodie would be insanely expensive to do overseas and stuff. So then I was like, should I just get like the iron-on decals done? I could get like full color fancy ones and then I could just ship you that bit and then you could do that. I don't know. I also just missed the comment. What was that? Oh, I can't see it on my phone. Sometimes I think I'm a terrible YouTuber. I have no idea how to make this work to my advantage. The comments pop up and then just as quickly they disappear. It's so very rude. We're going with navy blue, which is the galaxy colored vinyl, with rose gold because I think that's going to look amazing. And I'm going to take the rose gold hardware in and get some matching thread, so like rose gold hardware thread, and then do an embroidery on the front of it in the rose gold because I think that'd be cool. Is that enough pieces? I don't think it is. 1, 2 of them. I need one more of these. Might do this bit while we're here. So I will still be selling some things, by the way. I'm just not doing the hardware anymore. However, never fear. If you're in Australia, I have contacted a bunch of Australian groups, and I am getting an assortment of stuff sent to me so that you guys know how cool it is. Because let's be honest, I had so much fun doing that haul video that I just want to do more of them. And my husband just spent $2,000 on some weight machine thing, so I'm allowed to just go and buy things. This is pretty much my reasoning at the moment. I'm cool with it, really am. Now, for those of you that don't know, with this little cool accent panel, you only cut nicely one of them. The second one, and this goes for all things where you've got to back them, only ever cut out one side nice and then have the second one that's just a little bit bigger. And the reason for this is because you could cut them perfectly, but if they slip when you're sewing, you're going to have to fix them up anyway. And it's actually easier to fix when you've got like this much extra as opposed to like the tiniest little bit that's sticking out driving you insane. So I always cut one. I know I've still got to do another one now. I got sidetracked. And then I take this, and can you see that? Kind of. And then I will just cut slightly wider than it. And I will take off that bit because it's not needed. Right. So now, see, it'll be so much easier to sew. with the Belle Baby bag, what do? So in the pattern, when you first print off the pattern, they've got this dotted line on the pattern, specifically like the gusset part. They've got a dotted line, and you're supposed to, because the Belle Baby bag is technically a drop-in lining bag. However, if you've ever watched any other of my videos, I hate drop-in linings. I can never get any of my machines all the way to the corner. I hate hand stitching. It's not for me. So I have turned the drop-in lining version into the way I do it, which I think is awesome, but each to their own. So instead of doing the drop-in lining, you're meant to tuck under from the edge to that dotted line, and then you're meant to have foam underneath. So what I do instead is I cut the pattern at the dotted line and then sew it on, and it fits pretty much. I mean, there's like this smidgiest little bits difference at the ends when you sew the zipper part to the side pieces, but it's so minimal you can ignore it. It's like 1 or 2 millimeters, which I don't know what that is in inches, like 1/16 maybe? I don't know. Anyway, so if you cut at the dotted line on the zipper panel, then you can just sew it like normal. I taught myself that. Trial and error. Just cut bits off like it's fine. Because I don't do drop-in linings. I can do them. Please don't mistake I can't for I don't want to. I just find that they're fiddly. And like in certain bags we can do it. I might even design a bag where we're going to do a drop-in lining for those that do like them. Again, each to their own. Lots of people hate binding. Lots of people only hate binding because it's tricky and you've got to practice to get good at it, which is probably the same for a drop-in lining. I just don't feel the need. That's pretty much it. Although there is a bag in my head and it's very cool. And it's like a domed bag, so kind of like my Temptress, except the zip goes down the side, and then it's actually like if Temptress and Lola by Swoon had a baby, it kind of looks like that in my head, but the zipper goes down the side and then all the way up and then down the other side. So you'd have to build it and then tuck it under and do a drop-in lining, I would think. That's how it goes in my head. So in that particular instance, because I really want to design that bag, I will do a drop-in lining, but I promise to make it as simple as possible. So yeah, dotted line. Cut at the dotted line on the exterior piece pretty much sums up how to fix that problem. I also have started designing a tote bag, which is very cool. And I'm hopefully going to finish the practice run today because it's like mostly done. I can show you the lining. Here's the lining. We're going to have cargo pockets because you guys have asked a lot of questions about cargo pockets. So basically you could take this cargo pocket pattern and put it into anything. Like we do the Tory pocket, so we could call it the Tory cargo if that made you feel better. And then obviously a zipper pocket on the other side. So this is the lining of the bag. I'm not going to show you the outside because if you are a membership to my channel and help support me do all these sewing videos, you get first dibs on seeing it because I think that's fair. But it's very, very cool. Tote pattern will be the next thing that I design. We're calling it the Empress. My God. That's a cool word, but that's not what we're calling it. I am calling it the Empress, and it is a collaboration with Sandra from the Garner Sewing Room. And can I just say, because you're all here, we're doing very cool fabric to go with it. And like iron-on decals and panels and it's very me. So I understand it won't be for all of you. And I'm not going to tell you what's on it. But if you know me, and it's not skulls, I'd just like to point out now, it's not skulls. But if you know me, and because I chat constantly, you might be able to guess what the fabric is. Empress. E-M-P-R-E-S. S. 2 S's. So this year, I know I haven't designed a lot, but I've had a lot going on. This year I decided to do like titles of women, because most of my patterns are made by women. There's probably maybe 3 dudes that buy my patterns. So I am doing like, I'm having like a female empowerment moment is pretty much what happened. So they're going to be called things like Empress and Queen and Viscountess and Dame. So like the titles of women throughout history. And I Googled them to find enough. I have a few. I haven't had time to design this yet because I had to find a house, buy a house, move into said house. I had to downsize. So there's 2 main reasons why I stopped doing hardware. For anyone that doesn't know this, I'm just going to tell you. The 2 main reasons are, 1, I was spending so much time packing hardware that I couldn't get any designing done. And 2, because this room, I've gone from having basically 2 rooms in the other house to 1 room in this one. So I've had to downsize a lot of stuff. As you can see, I still haven't finished cleaning and organizing, and I will get to it eventually. It's just not a right now problem. I'd prefer to sew than organize that bit at the moment. And basically I need more shelves. So my husband has done this right where you're sitting. You are actually under a floating cube. As ridiculous as that sounds, he made a shelf for the giant cube thing. If you're in my Facebook group, you watch me put together an 80-centimeter cube that is going to be my photo light box to take photos, because the lighting in this new room is not suitable to take photos. There's 1 light there and 1 light in the opposite corner. So there's not even 4. So I couldn't take like product photos in here without having to do a really large amount of editing, which is the part I suck at. So we're not doing that. So I went onto Amazon and I bought myself an 80-centimeter light box. And you might be sitting going, why the hell would I buy it so big? And the simple answer is, Ragabrash, my gym bag, will now fit in the box. Because I'm like, well, there's no point in buying a smaller box that's only going to do like 80% of my stuff. That was a terrible idea. So I got the big one. They forgot to put in part of it, so I'm waiting on the extra bits, which is kind of annoying because I have a bunch of bags here that I am ready to take photos of and sell, but I can wait another few days. It's fine. So anyway, that is on this magic floating shelf. So it's a big cube. It's not heavy, but it's big. And the magic shelf my husband built is just 2 pieces of wood screwed into the wall. Like, there's no shelf part. It's just literally a floating cube. He is very clever. I would never have thought to do that. I actually said maybe do like a diagonal shelf. But no, it's this magic floating shelf. I love it. I'm going to take a photo and put it on my Facebook later for those that are curious. What else do I need to cut? It really annoys me that these won't close. I have no luck this week. I can also see my kitchen from here. See this little random light here? That's my kitchen. And I will see it when my child is walking around looking for me, because it is early in the morning. Oh, that's not good. Fires are never fun. I hate bushfires. They make me sad. All the people that get injured, all the houses destroyed, all the memories that people had in that house, like photos and stuff, gone. And all the animals that die because they can't outrun a fire. Very sad stuff. If you're wondering what I'm making now, the answer is... what is the answer? It's a good question. The fringing. So this is the fringing piece. Maybe I should get a template that just does this. I know that sounds lazy, but my God, would it be good. Actually, I need to. There's no point in cutting up the fringing right now because I need to paint the back in something. So a cheaper way to do fringing out of vinyl where the back's like weird is you spray paint it. And I know that sounds weird, but I also found spray painting is better than trying to paint it on. The painting it on can get too thick, whereas spray paint you can put like a light coat and you're done. And I use Rust-Oleum because I think it looks good. Okay, is this long enough? No, it is not. Is this bit long enough? Also probably not. Nope. I also have to pick a lining. I don't have a plan for the lining yet. Something pretty, maybe? I don't know. Tori, I love the Ghana sewing room. She is very cool. We had a whole chat while she was driving home the other day. Don't worry, she didn't have her hands on the phone. It was a safe thing, I promise. No, but we had a good chat about all the things that we wish to do. Yay! I love collaborations with just everyone. I just love all the things. It's a real problem. So if you are a part of my membership and you're watching right now, I've decided you are going to get one exclusive like mini how to improve your sewing video every single week. Because I think that's cool. And you'll get one live a month, and I will do one soon, I promise. I just want to be a little bit more organized. Because I'm doing a joint release with someone on Saturday, and I haven't actually even printed the pattern yet. Not that that bothers me, because I'll do it today while my child's sick. He'll just want to sit there on Nintendo, so he can probably just sit anywhere for that. He might not even feel sick today. That is a different. I know this looks identical. It feels different. It is different. This one is like a satin finish. Like it's just a little bit, see, it's just a little bit shinier. That's different. So I've actually color blocked all my stuff. There we go. So we can thin down our paint. I actually have an airbrush, but it takes forever. I played that game forever. So I just use spray paint because Rust-Oleum, the thing is, right, because I've got the lasers, one day I'm actually going to make some cool stuff to sell with it. I have plans. It's just like a time thing. I want to do like cool welcome signs and like go away or welcome suckers with some succulents. Like I've seen some cool ideas. I would like to do them. And someone in my last live video that I did suggested pizza boxes to ship them in. Like obviously clean ones, not ones with pizza in them. But I thought that was very clever. So I'm trying to find some nice 16-inch pizza boxes. I don't know if they come that big. The biggest I found in my quick scroll was about 15 inches. So I'm gonna do like cool welcome signs because I want to. I like them. I think they're pretty. I like to make things that I like, not just what everybody else likes. Which is why I can't decide if I want to do. Yes, so the Ghana sewing room is going to have my waterproof canvas, and for those in Australia, I will be doing a pre-order for the waterproof canvas soon. So I've decided pre-orders will be quicker. It won't be like an 8-week turnaround. It's probably like a 3 to 4, depending on how quick they send it to me. So I'll only open it for 1 week. You pick, so you can get the thick stuff, all the normal stuff. I'll have all the colors. It'll be like 2 listings. So it'll be a thick waterproof canvas pre-order and a normal waterproof canvas pre-order. You just order however many it is you want, and it will come as a continuous piece. And I'll just spend like a day or 2 cutting it up. She can now get it because I have given her my contacts. So she will be able to get the same waterproof canvas as me in the States. So you can now get it from her. Because I've got her double-sided tape, which, by the way, I am getting more of. That wasn't like a one-time thing. We are getting another lot shipped to me. So I will have all the sizes again. Plans. So basically, you can try and get the vinyl. Which vinyl? Pacifica Standard. The pretty, these solid colors. They're always fun. Yes. And I will be, I'm contemplating whether I do a bulk order of this very cool custom fabric that we have discussed. And then I can just disperse it from here as like a one-off thing. It won't be a forever thing, but maybe I could buy 10 meters or 20 meters of it and you guys can buy it that way so that, you know, we save money so that you don't have to buy like international shipping costs. This is the thought that goes through my brain while I'm sleeping. I do love the Pacifica vinyl. It is very strong. It's basically marine grade vinyl. If you go to like an upholsterer in your area and ask for marine grade vinyl, so the stuff they put on boats, that's what this is. So this is what they make boat seats out of because it is mold resistant, fire retardant, UV resistant. It's got a whole bunch of fancy stuff going on. I love Inklings in the fabric, Inklings in the Kraken's fabric. The next round of pre-order that she's about to release next week is my favorite. Not even gonna lie, it's all like skulls and colorful and it's just me in a fabric and I'm very excited. I've actually got 2 things cut out already. I need to pre-record them, but not today because I also need to finish the rest of the tote for the Empress. I need to get this bag and take it to the Echidna shop so that we can organize the workshop, which will be in July for anybody in Australia. They have a lot of colors. Somewhere in this room, there's like a book and they send you a sample book of all the colors and they're just like tiny little squares. They also, if you have somebody in Australia, sorry, America, I can't help you, but in Australia, if you have someone that does the Pacifica Standard in your area, ask for the color Starfish if you want maroon. It's not in the book. They discontinued it, and then there was such a protest because it's a very popular color that they've brought it back. So it's called Starfish. It is maroon, and it is fabulous. And I probably don't have any at the moment, knowing my luck. I've color blocked all my vinyl under here. So we've got browns, whites, blacks, so like neutral tones, grays. Then we've got red, yellow, pink, orange, purple. And then we've got blue, green because I have a lot of those shades. Okay, we need to pick a lining for this bag. So the outside is going to be a bit of a Western style embroidery. So I kind of want to, oh, maybe that. Actually, that might work. Let's check that. I buy a little horse fabric. So this is like kind of cute. But I don't know if it's going to go. Oh, I mean, it's not too bad. You know, I never want my linings too dark. So that's actually not too bad. It's in like a shade range. So we can do that. And there's not much left, so they should get rid of it. There's a lot of boat places. Go around. I was going to say, there's a shade sale place specifically in Townsville when I lived here last time that used to sell me like random offcuts of all the cool crap that they used. So it's always worth calling your local upholsterer because they always slightly overestimate how much fabric they're going to need. And then there's always like, 40 centimeters to a meter left over, and then they'll just sell it to you either for cost or whatever they want to do. So if you just want if you don't want like a regular supply of a specific color, or actually some upholsterers will even order it from them for you. But upholsterers are a great way to get like unique colors if you just want like a little bit. I have bought a lot from upholsterers over the years. You just got to find one. And then sometimes, like depending on how you sew. So I was offered like bags of little scraps. So if I was into like patchwork bags a lot, I basically could have made a free bag from all these like random little scrap pieces if you want to do like paper piecing or whatever it's called. That's not my jam. So I politely declined and left it for the next person to come along and do. I have a dead spot on my rotary cutter. See this? This is the same pattern piece, right? So hear me out on this. You just line it up like this and then do that. And then you can cut around this and that's the pocket. Ta-da! Until I get templates, that's actually a very good way to deal. Or you could draw a line on this one. Done. Next up, we have what's next, actually? That's a very good point. One day, I've decided I want to try, and I had this idea once. I want to make fringing out of the lining fabric and then pick out all the, like the threads that go acrossways so that you get like a faint picture. I think it's going to work out like that. To get a faint picture in your fringing. In my head, this is a very cool idea. I don't know how well it's going to work out, and it might be way too time consuming to make it a practicality, but I just thought it was a really cool idea. Now I've got this really odd shaped bit of stuff, and I should have cut the big bit first because now the gusset doesn't fit. Solution to that problem: chop it in half mentally and add half an inch and then cut 2 pieces. And that will solve this problem. And this is how my brain deals with problems. I'm going to do it at least once. We won't do it as a live because it's probably going to take me half an hour to pick all the bits out. But in my head, it's a very cool idea. I'm really hoping it works out the way I hope it does. All right. So I need that there. I like to move around my board. I actually had a rotary mat that spun. I gave it to my brother though because he was going to do some leather work. I only slightly regret that decision. Alright, so there's half of my gusset with a seam allowance. See, you get it. Like the beaded door concept. That's actually what made me think of it. My mate's got a beaded door. And my brain was like, ooh, let's steal that idea. But again, I'm not sure how well it's going to work out. But it could be very cool. So I am going to try it. And I'm going to do a whole bag, and it might be a one-off and I'll never do it again. It also might be so freaking awesome that I keep that bag for myself. Even though I do not need any more bags, I can't help it. I'm a bag maker. I'm allowed to have nice things. See? And so now, even though I didn't have enough fabric, once I join this with my half-inch seam allowance that I put on there, I will now have a gusset piece. And it'll just have a seam in the bottom. Like, who cares? I don't care. I don't care at all. Alright, so what have I got so far? I have got front and back, gusset, slip pocket. Now I just need Tory pocket and we're done. I have my Tory pockets hanging separately on here because I use this for pretty much everything. There's not many patterns unless, like, I'm trying to make the pattern the way the pattern was written, which I do sometimes. I'll just use a Tory pocket, honestly. Like, it's just just my jam. And there should be enough left over here to do, maybe, do a wallet. But I'd have to probably do a strumpet, I reckon. But I'll pop that there for the minute. With the Tory pocket, if you want the back piece, if you want the back piece to be the right way up, put this on your fabric upside down. I know I didn't really think that through when I designed it, but I'm thinking about it now. Totally counts. So if you put it on upside down, so that you're putting, oh, this pen is driving me nuts. The pen wasn't working for half of that, in my defense. Right, so then when you fold this over, the back piece will be up the right way. So when you look into the pocket, it'll be directional. You can also cut it just past the line, so it's got a center point. If you want to cut two pieces, you just cut it slightly past the center line for both, and then whatever seam allowance you use, and then join it there so that it becomes the same thing, but both are directional. But nobody's checking on the front side of the zipper pocket to make sure it's up the right way, like I promised. Nobody's doing that. So what have I missed? I don't have the shoulder strap because I ran out of vinyl. But I do have the, so what I can do today is I can paint all of my, I don't have to paint. You can also iron on HTV, because if I've got enough like rose gold mirror HTV, that would look amazing. My mate gets me to cut out some things for her shirts, and I won't let her pay me. So when she orders whatever color she wants, she orders me extra, which is so kind of her. I don't need her to do that. I tell her no, she does it anyway. So I have like the coolest HTV, but, oh, actually, the problem is you need like a meter if you're going to iron it onto the back of all the fringing. You need a meter. So just think about that before we get carried away. But that would look amazing on the back of fringing. What have we got? We've got silver, purple. This is the purple I did when we did the Rascal without the add-on. It's so nice of her. Like, I love her. I tell her not to buy my stuff all the time. She can't help herself. And this is when I was like down south, so then I'd post it to her once they were all cut out. See, this is what my brain's thinking. Mirror rose gold on the back of this, right? Can you guys envision that? Because I can. But I don't think that's enough. I might have to go. There's a place in town that sells vinyl, so I can just drive there. Makes me very happy. So if I can, I don't know if they've got this or not though. I've also got a lot of sticker stuff. Oh, this one's pretty. Look at that. Oh, it's like clouds. It's like sunset clouds. I wonder what it's called. Cloud Fire. There you go. I've got all these. I don't know what to do with all this stuff, right? Like this one's holographic, like scales. There's some more of that. I've got glitter hotspot. That's what I call it. It's actually called glitter HTV green orange. See, mine's cooler. It's like a hotspot. You know, like when you watch action movies and they put on their goggles. That's what that looks like to me. But I don't think I've got enough of the mirror stuff. Kind of annoying. I've got plans, people. And then the bottom's full of like A4 pieces. Of which there are many. This stuff's cool. I have no plans for this, but I bought it because I was like, ooh. It is iron-on HTV. The silver that you can see is glitter, and the top of it is like flocked stuff. I don't know, I call it flocked. But it's almost like a velvet fluffy stuff. I don't know if you can see that or not. How cool was that though? Ignore the top bit. That's just because that's how you iron it on. But I'm like, it's like flocked on top. I have zero plans for this. I just thought it was really, really cool. Literally feels like velvet. There you go. Now you can see. See, it's like fluffy. No plans, but I bought it in silver and gold, apparently. Right, this needs to happen. I'm really hoping the local shop has that. And in the meantime, if anyone's got ideas for this, let me know. Because I don't. Reverse applique with vinyl. Ooh, that'd be cool. I still have a lot of purple here. I overbought when I did the workshop just to make sure I wouldn't miss out. So I have a crap ton of purple. But no, Mirror Shine HTV in rose gold on the back, I think is where we're at. Because we're going to do rose gold hardware. So that, in my brain, that works out perfectly. Or I could go and buy rose gold shiny paint. I know it's a thing because my mate bought it the other week to paint a piece of furniture. Ugh. Alright. Well, I mean, we can keep going with this video, but I'm going to have to move you over to the iron. We'll do some ironing. Not that bit. This bit. I have missed a couple of accent pieces too, but we'll get to that. Also, I really want to show you this floating cube, right? So it's literally just 2 bits of wood and the giant cube floats. See? It's like floating in the air. My husband is a very clever man. Very, very clever. Alright, iron. Turn the iron on. I've gotten into good habits here. Oh, look. There's the bag. Luckily for me, I've got it the other way so you can't see. This is all future fabric of things I need to make. See? It's like colourful and amazing. We're going to move these. We're going to put like this rack, but higher up so it's not in my way. Because where it currently is definitely in my way. And I don't have my rolls of stuff on the wall at the moment. But the big cube thing was priority 1. So I got hubby to fix that for me. Now, for those of you that have never seen this, so I haven't used it yet because I'm waiting on... They forgot to put the power pack in, so I technically can't take a photo because there's no light. So it's just sitting there waiting for me. And I need to take photos of quite a few bags, actually. I've made a Nora in florals with peacock coloured, what's it called? I always like to pre-iron them so they're flat. It just stops ripples when you're trying to put the interfacing on. And I always just fold my Tory pocket in half and then iron it there. Although it might need an iron first because it's got some bumps. See, that's what I mean. They just get in the way. Yes, I could be more careful, but don't want to. Steam that seam. Done. Also, don't use an erasable pen when you do that bit because that won't work out for you. But no, I've made a few bags and I would like to take pretty photos. So I just check my mailbox every day. It'll be here soon. And then I just play Tetris on here. Because I want to waste as little as possible. So that's probably the best way to do that because that's not long enough for those. lot of lining to this. There's definitely more vinyl than lining in this bag, which is a rare thing. Usually it's the other way around. Me and my handy dandy baking paper. Don't buy the cheapest brand. It's not waxy enough and it just sticks to your stuff. It is a nightmare. You've got to buy the second cheapest. I mean, or you can use Teflon sheets. I hear good things about those. I just don't have one. I could probably get one. Try it out for you. See if it works any better than this. But I find that this way is the quickest for me. I mean, it might be quicker to pre-cut it out, line it up, and stick it under the heat press. Who knows? But I kind of like doing it this way. Because then I just cut around the fabric and we're all good. I always find if I cut the interfacing and I cut the lining, it's always a little bit out. This way, I don't have that problem. So this is the same principle that I applied to that little cool accent kit on the strap. You just make it a bit bigger and then cut it down to size. And I'm not really wasting any because this is how I would cut it out anyway. This is how, so like if I had this over at the table, I would still cut this out the same way that I'm ironing it. So I'm not wasting anything. It just as close as it is. I know a lot of people play Frankenstein with their stuff on the back. For bags I'm going to sell, I don't feel comfortable doing that. Like they're paying for the interfacing and I don't want to have random like lines under it. So I always use whole pieces. But if I was doing like a tester bag maybe, like for myself, like testing my own pattern, I could potentially Frankenstein that. Although it does take a lot of time. And everything, you know what, I'm not putting that there. Everything is time versus money, right? That's the way you need to look at it. Yes, it would be cheaper to use up every single little bit, but it also will take you an hour to play Frankenstein with it all. So is that worth the time for the $4 that you'll be saving? And sometimes that's how you got to work it out. On the other hand, one is more environmentally friendly. These are the games that you can play. I will be, so anyone in Townsville, I will be bagging up all of my scraps again. I'm going to get like something. And all the little leftover scrappy pieces, I will be putting into a bag and donating to anybody that wants them. Whether there's like a sewing group in town or the schools for the children. Because I don't like to throw the fabric scraps away. Yeah, there you go. Use them for your own bags. I don't like to throw fabric away. So once I've made a wallet out of the rest of the lining fabric, I will then put the rest of that into a scrap bag. And what they do with it is up to them. But I have potentially given it a new life. Like I will offer it to people and not everybody will want it. And that's okay. But I don't keep things that I can't make like a wallet out of, because I don't really make anything smaller than a wallet. I mean, occasionally I'll do a patchwork thing just so you guys can watch, like a cool patchwork vinyl bag or something. And then the little scraps can go to the schools and they can do craft with it. Then I just need my dodgy scissors, which I am very sad that they are broken, by the way. Very sad. See, patchwork leather bag. That was really fun. You know what I would really like to do? And I'm going to have to teach myself because I have no idea how to do it. But people do like, I want to do like vinyl paper piecing. Because I once saw, I don't know, I watched a video once and there's this guy called Zero Waste Daniel and he does shirts. And so he made a panel and it was David Bowie and it was like a fabric piece and it was amazing. So it'd be very cool to be able to do something like that on a bag. Not David Bowie, I'll pick something else. Hello. But that would be really cool to do. Like, the whole video would just be the piecing part because it would take forever. But I think I'm going to try my hand at that. How hard? I mean, it's obviously going to be tricky, but I'm going to do it in vinyl and not fabric, which is going to make it probably harder. But I'll do it on the cylinder arm because I've got pieces coming. So it turns out the whole reason that me and the cylinder arm have not been friends and I've been fighting with it is that both the foot I purchased and the machine were crooked. So I got Josh from Sewing Trade in Townsville to straighten it so it's not crooked anymore. But the foot is also crooked, so that's why it wasn't working. It was giving me grief. So we're ordering a new foot, which should theoretically fix the problems. That bit's rubbish. I'm quite excited about the whole thing. I am also open to suggestions for things you would like to see me do in videos. My brain can only come up with so much. Obviously, I'm doing all the different patterns. And I don't know if you've noticed in my videos, but you should start to feel a rhythm where it's all much of a muchness. Most bag patterns I don't really read anymore, with the exception of Aura Rosa, because she does really cool, tricky stuff, and I like it. So I tend to read her patterns as I'm going. But most bags, I can now look at the pieces and be like, okay, cool, this is how I'm going to put it together. And it may not be the way of the pattern, but I tend to construct bags the same in every single video. With the exception of like a few little momentary details. Like, bags go together. I put all my bags together the same way. Now, if you sew differently to me, you might find that you put all your bags the same way in a different way. Who knows? Like, some people love facing with their zipper pocket, which is cool. I'm just lazy. My pocket's one piece. Facing pockets are usually 3 pieces. So it's more cutting on my behalf. God, I love these scissors. Even if they are broken, it's fine. But no, so I will be lasering my new pair of scissors. They are like really big, so I have like a decent amount of metal part to work with. So it should be fun. I just can't decide what to put on it. So that will be happening today, probably not as a video because my child is homesick and I imagine he's going to wake up soon. So I am going to have to get off here in a minute, go back inside. I have so many pretty birds here compared to the last house in Townsville. They're all like pretty chirpy. At the old house, we had what's called a curlew. You can Google a curlew. It's C-U-R-L-E-W and listen to it scream. Sounds like someone's trying to kill it. Do I do Shambella patterns? I will contact them and ask if you like. No dramas. I can do that. Worst they're going to do is say no. I've had a few people say no. I'm not offended. I get it. Each to their own, right? Some people only... So like Chris W Designs, I don't have free reign on all her patterns, but I'm sure if I had a specific one that you guys wanted to see, I could message her and see if it's time and I could do that one. So some people have like different rules, which is fine. I have no rules. If you do videos and you want to do my video of one of my patterns, you go right ahead. I have 0 rules. Well, that's a lie. Don't change the front cover and sell my pattern is my rule, right? It's my pattern. Beyond that, you do you. You don't have to credit me when you use my pattern to make a bag and sell it. You can sell as many as you want. I'm cool with it. I like to think I'm fairly cruisy. Anyway, I should go. I should do some tidying is what I should do. I'm going to see if my child's awake. If he's not, I'm going to come back out here and do some mild cleaning maybe. See if I can better organize some stuff. The problem is I need more cupboards on the walls, which I don't have yet. As you can see here, there's no cupboards. So more cupboard space will fix all of my problems. And taking photos of the stuff that I've made will mean I can put it in a tub and put it away. So, yeah. Hello. Hey, doll. Unfortunately, I am leaving now. You've come at the tail end of the video. You can ask me a fashion question. Go ahead. I'm all ears. Is it weird that I'm not saying anything? It feels weird. I'm always happy to answer questions to the best of my knowledge, right? Can you please show us how you tie a t-shirt? I don't tie t-shirts around my waist. Why would I do that? That's weird. The black box is my photo cube. So it's got reflective materials on the inside, and it comes with 3 backdrops. You get white, a weird cream color, and black. So you put this in, and then you put your bag on it, and it's got lights down from the top, and it's supposed to take like fantastic photos with no shadows anywhere. Because I spend a lot of time trying to remove shadows from from photos, and I would like to downsize that time because I'm not a photographer and I'm terrible at it. But it is amazing. It is 80 centimeter cube. It was $125 on Amazon. Amazon was the cheapest. So I went to like a whole bunch of different places to see how much they are. And they have a 40 centimeter, 60 centimeter, and 80 centimeter. I got the 80 centimeter so that the gym bags will fit. So if you don't make really large bags like my gym bag, you probably only need the 60 centimeter, which means it'll be cheaper for you. But I got 80 because I do gym bags, and I want to be able to just have one. Imagine if I had to have 2 light boxes. Like, that would be annoying. Also, if you're in my Facebook group, you can go and watch me try and build it. I'm pretty funny. I really struggled with the zip. Going around those corners was not easy, but it is huge. Look at it. It's like a whole giant box. That cord is not the cord for it, by the way. That is the antenna cord that hubby's going to go up and remove because I don't need a TV in here. But yeah, so that is the cube. It's got like a little opening on one side, and so you can put your photo in, and it's got a hole in the top, so you can take like flat lay photos or from the front. You get options. It is very cool. I'll see if I can do a video on how I'm going to take photos and show you how they come up without any editing. I've just got to wait for the power pack for the lights that are inside of it, because they forgot to put it in, which is fine. They've been very nice. They've already sent it out. It should be here in like a week or less. Hopefully today. Today would be ideal, since I can't really do videos today. I mean, I could do it because my child will be here, and then I can just talk over it like I do with laser videos. But anyway, we will see. All right, guys, I'm going to go because it's light outside. How exciting. All right, well, thank you for popping in and joining me while I cut out a bag. I would cut more, but all my tubs are full. I really need to do some videos. Bye.